Hey everybody, and welcome to a brand new installment of Nintendo News Report for Thursday, May 7th, 2015. I'm your host, Alexander Kalafi, and today I am joined by Scott Thompson.
Hello.
And Zachary Miller.
Hi.
And we're here today to talk about the brand new Splatoon Nintendo Direct, which happened this morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific time.
That's why I didn't watch it.
It was 33 minutes long, and it had all kinds of stuff that we already knew, and 2 or 3 things that we didn't already know. But I think it was pretty cool. Let's talk about it. I want to first talk about the gameplay for Splatoon, because that was the first thing they went over. They went over all the weapons, the whole sub-weapon, main weapon, special weapon thing. They went over, like, the sniper rifles. They went over the paint rollers. They went over, like, the auto fire. Is everything okay, Zach?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. All right.
I'm
just
new
making
to this.
Okay, no, it's fine. What a great start, guys. So, okay. So they had all that stuff. I still haven't played the game, even though it was at PAX East and E3 and a couple other shows. The gameplay, they're doing a better job of showing it off now than they were doing several months ago. That was my first immediate impression from this Direct, just of the way they were selling the gameplay. Like, I appreciated that they were showing off exactly how the sniper rifles were working. I appreciated that they were showing off exactly how those special moves were working and how everything was balanced. I was appreciative that they showed extended gameplay, but also, like, describing what exactly is going on. And the game seems more fun now, to me at least, than it did a few months ago.
I would agree with that. Like, I felt like in all coverage I saw of the game, it was short video clips where it was kind of hard to really kind of gather like how the flow of the game would go. But seeing this here, like seeing 30 minutes literally straight of just gameplay footage in different like environments and different modes, yeah, I mean it sold the game to me quite a bit. I felt like I was kind of on the fence, probably gonna get it because I mean it's a new Nintendo IP, but I feel like this really made me think like, oh no, this is actually going to be quite a bit of fun, I think, and I'm really looking forward to it, even if there is no voice chat.
Well, I'm glad they went over the single player because I've always been a little dubious about what exactly that was going to be.
Yeah, it seems
fairly robust. It doesn't look great. It doesn't look like a Halo campaign, but it looks just fine.
Yeah, it's because what they were showing off was it seems like the single player has some sort of basic story, but it consists of challenge missions and boss fights. That's what it came across, and it seemed like there's 27 levels total, or at least that's what it was showing off in like that collectible screen. Though I have no idea what that means. It feels, barring the boss fights, a little bit obligatory, like they knew they had to have it in there.
Definitely.
So exactly what Pikmin 2's multiplayer mode was to Pikmin 2's single-player campaign, no matter how good that was, that's how I almost see the single-player mode to Splatoon compared to the multiplayer. Like a good secondary mode that they kind of put it in just for the sake of putting it in.
Well, to me, like it works well for when you're kind of bored of the multiplayer, but you still want to play Splatoon. Like to me, it doesn't stand up on its own to be like, oh well, this is a great reason to buy the game, even if you have no interest in playing online. To me, it's like, okay, well I played online a little bit. I've got some time to kill. I'm gonna do some challenges to unlock some more gear, or the little, I guess, currency that you can use to like enhance your gear. What was it like? It was what, baby squids, or I don't know, it was something weird that you get. To like basically unlock extra ability slots in your gear, which is actually really cool.
It's like Smash Brothers. You don't buy that for the single player.
Right, but there's plenty of content there to do like between the real meat of the game, which is the multiplayer. So I would agree with that. Have either of you played Destiny at all?
Yes, I've played Destiny on PlayStation 3. It's okay.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't even want to hear what you have to say anymore. No, I'm just kidding. Did you get Destiny vibes, like watching the Nintendo Direct at all?
I got Titanfall vibes from watching the...
See, I haven't played Titanfall, so maybe I'm missing that night.
I haven't played that either, but the reason why I'm getting Titanfall vibes is the reaction to Titanfall. Because if you remember how Titanfall was reacted to, it was like, very solid gameplay, very good, but there's not that much to the multiplayer. Like, it seems like less substantial than a Call of Duty multiplayer mode.
That is absolutely true. I was going to say that despite the fact that they talked about 2 new modes in this, there's not a whole lot of game types in multiplayer.
Well, as we kind of find out in this Direct, it seems like they're going to continue to roll out content for this game for free, nonetheless.
True, that is nice.
So that's something that could become available later.
Through summer.
Which I'm hoping is the case.
It's weird that they're swapping out courses or maps.
Right. What is it? Every few hours, the available maps change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That is kind of interesting. But the whole thing just felt kind of like Destiny to me. I mean, being able to play in the ranked mode is locked behind a level gate that you have to achieve. There's this hub world where you're purchasing gear and upgrading gear and outfitting your abilities. You basically have different classes based on the different weapon you're using because they all play differently, and you can only take one main weapon with you at a time, not to mention the sub-weapons and the special weapons. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like lacking the overall like story that Destiny has, but like at a core fundamental level, I couldn't believe how much I was like thinking like this feels a lot like Destiny. This is strange, but I'm kind of on board.
Huh.
Yeah, you're so right. Actually, now that you mention it, like I'm thinking about the hub world. The hub world of Splatoon really is kind of like a Nintendo version of what they did with Destiny. Like it's exactly that.
Right, without like the interactivity with other players, because it seems like their avatars show up, but they're not actually playing. It's just people friends on your friends list, or people like through Miiverse that you've just happened to play with. But they're not actually. You're not watching them run around live. But they are there. You can see their gear and probably see messages from them, maybe leave messages for them, that kind of stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, so it looks really cool. If you like their gear, you can order it actually and have it delivered to your game. So you can like, I don't know if you have to purchase it or if you just get it. That really wasn't clear to me, but it all seems very very neat.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys feel about the style of the game? I feel like I'm a little too old.
I love
like the clothing, but I really do like the look of it. But the like kind of hipster clothing, it might be a little too much for me. But
looks like Jet Set Radio turned up to 11.
It does.
Okay, so you said style. I didn't know you were talking about the clothing and visuals specifically.
Yeah,
I was more thinking about because the clothing, I don't know about that one yet. I think the visual looks like cool Nintendo EAD crisp visuals. But what I'm really excited about is how freaking good that music was.
It was really good.
It was like Animal Crossing, but like with a little hint of Danganronpa, and like it was kind of like Sega. Like this game, I'm getting like huge like Sega 2000 to 2004 vibes. Like this game feels like visually and not literally on a technical level, but the style and the gameplay.
Era Sega.
Yeah. Like, if this was on the Dreamcast or, like, the GameCube, like, that era of Sega, I would totally buy it. And that's not a slight against the game. I think that's when Sega got, like, the weirdest and the ballsiest.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you. Like, it's very bold, it's colorful, bright. I mean, it's very much a departure from what we, like, see in competitive shooters. I love that. I love that about it. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about some of the specific gameplay stuff they talked about. They announced the following modes: tower control, one squid holding a tower, while the other 3 try to defend or rush the opponent. You know, there you go. They got squid beats and they got the retro mini games. Like they got doodle jump.
Yeah, that looks like
Splatoon.
I like the idea of the retro mini games. That's kind of nice.
And
I like the idea. Go ahead.
It's such a Nintendo thing too to have these like great little like kind of almost they can almost be standalone little mini games, but they're used to just kind of like keep you happy while you're searching for matchmaking. Like I love that. Like that's such like it could have easily just been a loading screen, as you'd see in probably most any other shooter. But I love that they put in that extra kind of little that little touch to have you play these like retro style games. I think that's really neat.
You're right. It almost seems like they're trying to retroactively make Splatoon a classic franchise in a weird way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I thought was real neat. But yeah, it's like they got the doodle jump. It's almost weird to say that Nintendo's doing a clone, but that's exactly what it was.
Mm-hmm.
They got Squid Racer, Squid Ball, and Squid Beats. Vertical jumper racer, platformer, rhythm game, all in the 8-bit style. And then, like, they got the content coming throughout the summer. There's going to be maps. There's going to be friend matching to all multiplayer modes. There's going to be weapons. There's going to be events, and then they got that like where is it? There's the Splatfests where you're asked to make a choice between Team Cats, the incorrect side, and Team Dogs, and they will give matches based on whether you choose Team Cat or Team Dog.
Right, you're like fighting for the glory of your choice and everyone else who made that choice. And in the end, if your side ends up winning like globally, then you get extra like experience or extra gear or something like that. Like you kind of get a little bonus by the time Splatfest ends. Which
they do that in Smash Brothers already with the global character matches.
Yeah, but this is the first time I can actually fight for the fact that dogs are a better animal.
I'm just excited to see what else they come up with, because obviously I think that's just going to be the first one. I feel like every time they come around, it'll be a different, like, kind of silly binary choice to make.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's not going to always be cats and dogs, but I do like that. I think I saw someone on Twitter say that it was kind of the new version of the, was it Everybody Votes?
Everybody Votes!
Yeah.
Nice!
Yeah. It's very much like that, like, kind of built around Splatoon.
Godzilla or Gamera?
You know, coming from Japan, maybe that'll actually happen. You never know.
I'd be all about it.
Since they have support promised through summer, my guess is after the support officially ends in August or September or whenever they stop giving out the free content, either they use Splatfests as the way to keep the game going longer, or that's the point when they start introducing new content, but as paid DLC instead, and they're just not saying that yet.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure that's true.
As you've seen in all the like, first-party releases that Nintendo does now, there's always DLC. So I'm confident that once summer ends and they roll out all the free stuff, that's when the paid stuff will come. And I hope there's still free stuff like we saw in Mario Kart, because the 200cc, for instance, class now is a free update. You know, you don't have to pay for that. Along with like the extra characters and courses that you pay for. So I'm hoping that we'll see extra modes like we talked about introduced, while some other content is still locked behind, you know, like a paywall. So
you'll pay for new stages and new costumes and stuff.
Yeah, maybe some new gear, new weapons, things like that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely interested in what the lifespan of this game as an online game is going to be, because I'm thinking of Evolve. I'm thinking of Evolve, which came out in, like, I think February this year, and, like, it was originally such a hyped new franchise, like, the guys from Left 4 Dead, I think, behind it. It was such a big deal, and then it dropped off almost immediately after it was introduced as a new game, and I hope Splatoon doesn't become that. I hope Splatoon is good enough and engaging enough to not be that, but that's what I'm worried about whenever I see a new assertive shooter franchise try to enter the midst.
Well, also
without voice chat, it's going to be tough to call.
Yeah, that's true. Didn't Evolve 2 like completely botch like DLC and how it was handled?
Yeah, it was super aggressive.
Yeah, which is it's great seeing this like almost the complete opposite, where you're getting free support and content all the way through the end of summer.
Yeah.
Did Evolve Crater, is Evolve just a failure to launch? I haven't paid any attention to it.
I think it kind of was, right? I think it plays out almost immediately.
Like every few weeks, there's like a new update of how it's doing on Steam, like because Steam says how many players are playing at any given time, and I think like whatever it was at first, it went down to like 50,000 people playing at once, and then maybe I think even a lot lower than that. Like I don't know the specific numbers, but like it dropped off an enormous amount to the point where I don't even know if the developers are even seriously talking about it, or at least 2K is making a big deal of it anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the way they are kind of releasing extra modes as the game moves along? Do you think that's planned? Do you think that's a product of like maybe these things not being ready, but they just want to have the core game out? Like I find it kind of strange that like team matchmaking with 8 of your friends isn't going to be a thing until like 2 months after the game comes out.
I'm sure that's why. I'm sure it's just not ready yet.
That's how I feel. Like that's whether they just didn't think they needed it and then they realized, no, we need to have this added in, so we'll just add it in later, or they just couldn't get it to work, or I don't know.
And the weird part is, I mean, they've been working on this game for, 2 years now, and that wasn't in from the beginning, you know what I mean? How long did they need to put that in? It'll be like the Wii U. It will eventually be the game we want it to be. Maybe they'll patch in voice chat in a year.
I really think that could happen. I really do.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like in the North American regions or something. I mean, my feeling is it must just not be that big of a deal overseas, at least in Japan. And I can't speak for Europe necessarily, but I could see it coming in later. I hope it does.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, talking about like how the game has like a weird staggered release that like it's all releasing in parts. Reminds me once again of Grand Theft Auto 5, which I feel like I bring up on this show every single week now.
Because it's your favorite game of all time forever.
Grand Theft Auto 4 is my favorite game of all time forever. Grand Theft Auto 5 is top 10. Wow. We can talk about that another day. Sorry to just drop that and then move completely past it. But yeah, Grand Theft Auto 4 is the finest game I've ever played.
Wow.
Completely legitimate. Now Splatoon. It reminds me of Grand Theft Auto 5 because when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, it released Grand Theft Auto Online like 2 or 3 weeks later, despite being half of the game.
Yeah.
My hope is that they have a similar attitude to Rockstar, where this game is just so substantial and so ambitious that they actually need this time to make it the best thing it can be. Now, hopefully, Splatoon's Online, when it's fully completed, will be better than Grand Theft Auto Online ended up being. But I'm trying to stay positive because like I want this new Nintendo franchise to be so good. I hope that this is just them trying to extend the life of it as fast as possible and keep people interested as long as possible because the game has to remain sustainable.
It's both. It's not ready, but they do want to keep people interested.
Yeah.
Just like Mario Kart and Smash Brothers.
And I guess if any game can get away with it, it's the one that's focused online and focused on having a long lifespan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does just seem strange, though, to think that when this game launches in May, it'll be 2 months, a little over 2 months, until you can actually like form a party with 3 of your other friends and play online that way. I mean, it sounds like you can join a single friends game, but you're also not guaranteed to be on the same team because it randomly every match like splits up teams and rearranges them. So at least you can play with one of your friends, but that it does seem. The more I think about it, the more I think that does kind of bother me a little bit.
Yeah.
More interesting, I think, is the ranked mode and how globally like that has to be unlocked by enough people reaching level 10.
That's weird.
Kind of interesting. It reminds me of that that PSN game? Was it Nobi Nobi Boy, where like everyone needed to play, and if everyone played enough, then you'd like end up reaching the moon or something.
It was literally all like of the planets through Pluto, and like I think if they're not at Pluto yet, like they're still working towards it. Like that game's been out for 5 or 6. Yeah, which I think is a cool method. I think making the entire community work together is a great idea. I just hope it pans out in this case.
Yeah, and it kind of worries me. Is it like, well, now since there isn't actually ranked modes, are some people going to end up being very, very good because there's no actual ranking system? Are they playing against people who are actually kind of bad? I just wonder how long it'll take to unlock the ranked modes. Maybe it's not an issue. Maybe in a week and a half it'll be unlocked, and that'll be great. But
we should probably move on and talk about the global test fire for Splatoon that was announced at the end of the Direct.
This thing is wild. Yeah,
I'm gonna miss it.
I'm gonna miss it too. 2 of the on on this show are going to miss the 3-hour demo for this game. Not 3 hours as in it's a huge demo. Not 3 hours as you can play 3 hours at any point and then you have to stop playing. But there are certain hours you're allowed to play this game. May 8th from 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern Time. May 9th from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And 3 p.m. Eastern Time to 4 p.m. Eastern Time also on May 9th. But that is the only time before the game's launch you can play this game in its beta form.
Yeah. Hope you're home!
Wild. Yeah! Yeah.
I will not be! Screw you guys!
It's kind of a peculiar setup and weird times too. The 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. that's pretty good. Like that's like late at night after work on a Friday night. That's a good time to play. The Saturday times are kind of weird, and maybe it's weird to us, but maybe it's more to test servers in like Europe and Japan. Maybe it works out better for their timing. But to me, this feels like very much like a test to kind of get a feeling for if the servers can handle it. I mean, by basically saying for a single hour in a day, everyone in the world can come on and play this game. It seems like they're really like trying to test just how it's going to be when the game launches, and they get this new influx of players going from like 0 to all of a sudden like tens of thousands of players.
I'll bet that's right.
I mean, it has to be. I mean, why else would you restrict your demo to 3 hours during what I presume are to be sort of like peak play times in different regions across the world? Like, I think they're just saying like, fuck it, throw everything we can at the game and let's see what happens. Let's see if we're ready to handle this. Or is this going to be like Smash Brothers for Wii where it doesn't work at all? Or is it going to be like Smash Bros. For Wii U where it actually does work? Or Mario Kart for Wii U where it can handle it? So that's what it feels like to me.
There's no single-player capacity in this demo, though, at all, right? So there's no, like, training mode you can go into.
No, and that seems like a missed opportunity. No. Like, I think it would have been really cool if you could do, like, maybe, like, the first 3 challenges in the game or some kind of training mode on your own at any time in the next few days, and then jump online. Because now it feels like you only get an hour, and a lot of that is going to be just kind of feeling the game out and, like, learning how to play.
Yeah.
So,
definitely.
But I'm excited. I think I'll definitely play tomorrow night. Saturday I'll probably be too busy to squeeze in those times, but tomorrow night will be perfect. So.
Yeah. So now, given everything we have seen for Splatoon, Zach Miller, how do you feel about this game? Hi, Zach. How do you feel about this game? Are you looking forward to it? Such and such. Go ahead.
I liked what I played at E3.
Mm-hmm.
Not E3. PAX East. They're the same show, but I only got to play for 8 minutes, and only one game type. But I liked it because it reminded me of the Tony Hawk mode, where you're trying to beat other people's tricks off of certain environmental objects, and then they're color coded to your guy. Does anyone else remember that mode?
Probably. Does it feel like Tony Hawk when you connect several grinds in a row? Because that's what it looked like to me.
No, more like you're just trying to color code the environment to you.
Okay.
As opposed to the opponent, and you can cover up their paint with your paint. And it was really chaotic in the demo we played because it wasn't really clear how to play, and there was only one sub-weapon available. It was a grenade launcher, but it was a really horrible indicator that let you know you had it. I never knew when I had the thing. And the rep had to say, "You've got the grenade launcher," and I'd say, "Oh, great. I'll use it now." But I think I dropped off a cliff with Mario Kart Online. Like, I just don't play that online now. I don't care. I play Smash Brothers online. That's really the only way I play it. And I'd like to play another game. The thing that excites me about this game is that if you're playing with friends 2 months later or 3 months later, you'll kind of have individuals playing. That's what I like about Smash Brothers. Everyone has a particular style, character, whatever. You can tell you're playing with people. Whereas Mario Kart, there's really no difference between people and the AI. In this game, it feels like you can tell you're playing with people, especially if there's some sort of in-game chat function with bubbles or something, or even between matches. Maybe I'm hoping for too much, but a human-based team multiplayer game that's really fun could be good. So I will probably buy this. And I'll probably try and buy the one that comes with the 3-pack of Amiibos because I'm a consumer whore.
Yeah, we haven't talked about the Amiibo mode, but I think that also looks kind of neat as well. I mean, it basically unlocks 3 different sets of challenges, unique like weapons and scenarios, and again, completing those unlocks extra like special gear that it sounds like that you can't get otherwise, that you have to unlock the Amiibo mode. So actually, it looks kind of cool.
Now I'm a little worried because this is the kind of game I'd want downloaded on the system, like Mario Kart and Smash Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do that, you don't get the Amiibos with it.
Yeah.
Although, did they say anything? Did they say there'd be a bundle with the game and the Amiibos?
I think there's a bundle that comes with a single Amiibo, but not with the 3-pack.
Okay, screw that. Well, I'm going to get the 3-pack anyway, so I'll just download the thing and then go buy the 3-pack. Huh?
I don't know if it's confirmed for North America, but I saw that in Europe there's going to be a pack that includes a single amiibo.
Well, I want all three. Why would you only buy one of them?
Yeah, I agree. I went from not wanting the 3-pack to like seeing how they're implemented in the game, and then I actually do kind of want them.
And they actually, from the pictures I've seen, they look like much better produced than the typical amiibos. They just look better.
I think as we move along, amiibo in general are going to begin looking a lot better because they're not rushing to try to get 40 or 50 done within the first year. Like they're kind of settling down and not releasing 10 at a time. You're getting like a few from a specific series.
Putting more time into each one, yeah.
Right. I mean, like the Yarn Yoshi amiibo is insane that they're even doing that. You know.
I want that now.
I know it looks awesome.
So yeah, I will probably get the game. I'm actually kind of excited about it after this Direct. I mean, I was kind of excited about it after PAX East, but now I'm more excited about it.
And so speaking of buying the game, it sounds like there's 2 different ways to buy it, and both kind of different perks. So if you pre-order it right now at GameStop, you'll get the ability to download Splatoon costumes for your Mii Fighter in Smash Brothers, which is actually kind of awesome. Zach says no. But on the other hand, if you download the demo and then buy the game through the eShop, you get 10% off. So,
see, that's a better deal for me.
Yeah, because you don't
care
about
it means I don't have to go into a GameStop.
Yeah, so win-win.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of interesting. Like, it's weird to have 2 different ways to buy it and competing ways.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if there was a way to sort of get the 10% off and be able to get the Smash Brothers costumes, but it doesn't really seem like that's the case.
That'll probably be Smash Brothers DLC later on.
Yeah, that's true.
I just have to stop you guys for a second. Can you hear me comfortably?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Is everything... Okay, no, because I could barely hear you guys for the last like 4 or 5 minutes. It was okay, cool.
But looking at you,
Scott, are you excited to buy this game?
Your voice and your movement.
That's all right. Am I excited for this game? Yeah, I am excited for this game. Like I said, kind of when we came into this whole show here, I was very much kind of like 50-50 on the game, maybe 60-40 in favor of it. But seeing the Direct, seeing it in motion for 30 minutes, get an idea of how it handles the different modes, the different basically character classes based on what weapon you're using, everything like that. Yeah, I'm on board. I think there's going to be a lot of strategy. I love the different game modes.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm excited to give it a whirl. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. What about you, Alex? Oh, Alex might be on. Oh, well.
Now we have to talk about dinosaurs.
Zach, what's your favorite dinosaur? Oh, wait.
There he is.
Alex is back. Alex, are you there? Alex.
Alex.
Yeah, I mean, I can I'm here. Can you hear me? Am I talking clearly?
Yes. Go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stop downloading twice.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, this is me.
Oh my goodness, what's going on?
Tell us if you want
Splatoon. Yeah, I'm gonna buy this when it hits $20, Scott. That's how much I want to pay for this game. My internet is not fantastic.
It'll never happen.
That's true.
I am a consumer, Zach. I am a consumer of businesses and the products they put out. And to me, the product of Splatoon does not appeal to me directly as a consumer. I'm not a huge fan of multiplayer games in general, unless it's extremely specific ones. The single player doesn't necessarily look so substantial yet. I'm going to have to wait for reviews to see how that is. And the multiplayer in itself, I'm not sure how substantial it's going to be right out the gate. The package in itself, to me, it seems like the first game in a series that will be better next time around. And when this game sells 80,000 units in the next 6 months, that's when I will strike, when the iron is hot, and when I will be able to get this on Amazon for $20.
I have an update to announce.
Scott!
Don Lotario, who was on the show last week, just tweeted let me know that 10% off discount is only available in Europe.
Nintendo!
So I guess go ahead and pre-order to GameStop, because there's no reason not to. So
yeah, it's $60. $60, I mean, maybe not $20, maybe I'll wait for it to be 30 or 40, especially if it's real great. But $60 sounds like too much for that game to me, at least based on the content that I've seen. The Witcher is coming out in a week and a half. Bloodborne just came out. Batman comes out next month. Granted, none of these are on Nintendo systems, but just thinking about the games that I could get, especially since I am excited about getting Puzzle and Dragons in a few weeks, I don't think I could justify like putting in for Splatoon right now.
I like that you're excited about friggin' Puzzle Quest, but not Splatoon.
Puzzle and Dragons, Zach. That demo is actually so excellent. Can we talk about the Puzzle and
Dragons? The dick. The demo is
no, it's excellent.
You can't play Puzzle and Dragons.
Zach, get good.
You can only play Mario, and the Mario one blows.
Get good.
Jeez.
Puzzle and Dragons.
I have to review that shit, alright?
Yeah, I'll take it. Do you want Miku instead? Should we do a little trade here?
Oh.
No, I want the good game. I'm just kidding, Zach.
Okay.
Actually, no, the Puzzle and Dragons demo was really good. Like, at first, Expert seemed like it was total bullshit, but like after I got into it, and I learned how to play and how to use the skills and the special moves, I actually ended up having a lot of fun, especially once I learned how to chain attacks together. I actually also just got into the phone game, which is not really beginner-friendly. But that's Splatoon. And enjoy it, everybody.
I was so excited to pay $52 for it, $54 for it.
Get Gamer Club Unlocked at Best Buy. Pay $48 after spending $30, but you can have it for 2 years, 20% off all new games.
I see. All right.
Yeah, it's actually I don't know why anyone's not doing that. Like the Best Buy Gamers Club Unlocked is the best thing.
I never go into Best Buy anymore. That's why.
Do you have one around?
We have two, and in both of them, Best Buy is a place where effort and giving a shit go to die.
Yes. You have to do everything yourself. It's kind of like a self-serve online retailer that you
It really is. It really is.
Yeah, but there you go. That's Splatoon. Someone's excited about it. Someone's pretty excited about it. Kind of excited about it. And then we'll see. So there you go. Now let's move on to the other part of the show when we're talking about the Nintendo financial results. Which, by the way, great news. Nintendo's doing pretty well. It's not like we were talking about this last week. We weren't sure how. Yeah, you know what? We were talking about this last week. We were like, I don't know how Nintendo's doing. Maybe they're timing the Direct around these announcements. Who knows? But the what's it called? The results came out. Nintendo's doing pretty good. They got their first like net profit since what?
2011.
Since 2011.
Which, coincidentally enough, is the year before the Wii U launched.
Yeah.
Yup.
Sure, there's no correlation there.
But you know what? That's good,
It only took 4 years.
But they got there. That's what's important. Nintendo climbed up that hill, and now they got to the top. Though I really hope this isn't the top of the Wii U mountain for them. Is making some kind of profit.
They're playing the long game.
Yeah, wait till you guys see Wii U in 2020. This thing is going to be fire.
Oh, man.
It's just getting ramped up.
You mean the Wii U 2 that is in no way an add-on to the Wii U?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, good news. I mean, really good. I'm excited to hear a little bit more, kind of a breakdown. Like I know we've got to hear between the hardware and software and everything like that, but I kind of want to hear about how Amiibo factor into everything.
I want to know how DLC's treating them.
Yeah. So actually, our news story from Donald actually had some of the answers to those questions. They actually said that two of the biggest things that helped their bottom line were, in fact, digital sales,
right, and Amiibo.
And Amiibo. Or at least, at the very least, they said Amiibo had a noticeable effect on the bottom line, which is crazy to me. I mean, not crazy now that we know how big they ended up being, but crazy, like, thinking about, like, the lead-up to Amiibo, how we had no idea how these were going to do. And now they're, like, this crazy, super profitable, exciting thing for Nintendo, where people who don't even own a Wii U are probably the main consumers of these products.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because Justin goes out and camps in front of fucking Walmart.
Did he do that yet? Has he gone to that point yet?
I'm sure he has.
Well, anyone who stood in line for that whole GameStop fiasco when Wave 4 was announced is they have problems. Like, congrats, like I'm proud of you, but that thing was insane. But yeah, I mean, good for Nintendo. I mean, it's kind of lightning in a bottle here to me, it kind of reminds me of the Wii. Like, it's lightning in a bottle. I don't think they could ever really replicate this. I think they kind of got lucky in a way. But it works. I mean, they're great. I mean, they're basically reusable DLC that also look cool on your shelf. So whether or not you're buying them to use them in a multitude of games, or you're just buying them because, like, fuck, I love Mega Man. I've always loved Mega Man, and I want them on my desk at work. You know, like, oh, well, that's cool. So it kind of works in both respects there. So it draws in people who want different things from them. I think that's worked. The scarcity is bad. The pre-order stuff is bad. Getting pre-orders canceled is bad. But they're figuring it out. I think once we get through the Smash Brothers stuff, we're gonna be okay.
Yeah,
I want a Jigglypuff, damn it!
I know.
I'll never get one.
Nope.
This was also kind of a crazy like holiday season for Nintendo because they had Smash Bros. Come out. They had Pokemon come out, which ended up dropping like 9.94 million copies just since the version, which
not
is
even a great Pokemon game.
You had Mario Kart 8 come out and drop 5.1 million units on Wii U, which is absolutely bonkers considering how many Wii U's are actually out there. That might be like, what, a 50% attach rate or something?
Or more?
Or more. Which is completely crazy. You had Smash Bros., and you had Amiibo, and I guess some of the new 3DS factors into that, though I don't know necessarily how big that ended up being. But that was a huge year. What I'm more interested in is what that means for this year. Because Yokai Watch is still listed as to be determined for Nintendo. Zelda went from 2015 to be determined. Project Giant Robot still technically coming out in the first half of 2015, so we'll see. So, like, we'll have Xenoblade, we might have Fire Emblem, the Fire Emblem games. They gotta have either a more aggressive push for Amiibo, a new Animal Crossing game this year, or something crazy that we haven't seen yet.
That Animal Crossing Decorate Your House crap thing is coming out.
Yeah, but I wonder if that's happening like in addition to the Wii U Animal Crossing. Like
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like they're gonna come out like together. Not literally necessarily be entirely connected, though they might have one connected. But like they'll be like November 18th, Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer for 3DS, Animal Crossing Let's Go You for the Wii U, and then that'll be their big holiday season. Because without that, like I don't know if they're gonna pull off the same thing next year.
Yeah, they definitely need a sweeper. And I think it's going to be Zelda, although lately Zeldas haven't been doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but HD, like open world Zelda, if that's what it is going to be like monstrously big. That could very well be like a blockbuster hit.
It would be nice to get a real Mario game out of somebody.
That might be what has to happen.
That's what Mario Maker is. Just make your own real Mario game.
Yeah, we got Mario Maker too. Actually, no, that might be good for Nintendo.
I'm just still pissed off about that game. It's like, how long does it take you to make a level editor?
Mario Maker is going to be secretly huge, I think. I mean, if you market that as... Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, if you show a commercial just saying that, like, look, everyone who grew up with Mario in all different generations of Mario, of 2D Mario at least, you can now create and share your own custom levels in whatever Mario skin you most enjoy. You want to do 8-bit Mario? Great. You want to do Mario 3? Perfect. Mario World? Go for it. New Super Mario Brothers? Why not? That could be huge if marketed correctly. Like, that's like perfectly aimed at your nostalgia for Mario.
That's true. That's true.
The keyword is marketed correctly. If they
market it's never a given.
No, and yeah, that's true. But like, if they market this not perfectly, it probably won't be an enormous success.
Yeah, I might have eyes on it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a kiosk at Target and people get to make Mario 1 or Mario 3 levels, like that right there is going to be big.
So let's see. We got Xenoblade, we got Splatoon, we got Mario Maker. We won't have Zelda, but we will have Yoshi also, which I really wish that was coming out in a couple months. That really needs to come out in a couple months, but it's going to be probably October, November instead. We might have Animal Crossing. We might have another big game. We'll see. Like, especially if there's no Pokemon game this year, which some people think might be the case.
No.
I'm not sure.
They'll pump out something Pokemon related.
I think we're getting whatever Z version comes out this year, and I think we're getting Kanto remakes next year. I'll say that every single Nintendo news report until it becomes the truth.
How about a game with her?
With who?
Samus.
Well, oh, I didn't. Yeah, but they want to make money. Remember.
Oh, that sucks. Oh.
That's.
It
You know
sucks,
what?
but you're right.
Next Level Games is working on something that involves an online component. Like, I think that pretty much came out that, like, there was some LinkedIn, as it always is, where it was like Next Level Games, current ongoing project, online infrastructure, whatever. So maybe that could be Metroid Prime Hunters 2. That had a really good online mode.
No!
Gross. Yeah, Alex, that's bad.
I remember liking it when I was 4. I don't know if I was literally 4 when that came out. Probably. Like
I hope
10
you were 4 when that came out.
When did it come out? 2005.
Yeah, yes, 2005, I think.
5th grade. I was 5th grade, so probably 12 or 10 or 11. There you go. There you go. Okay, let's talk about the last part of this show.
The best part.
The best part of this show. Nintendo is partnering with Universal Studios. They're doing theme park rides. They said, like in a press release with the financial briefing, we will see spectacular, dedicated experiences based on Nintendo's wildly popular games, characters, and worlds. Rainbow Road came up as an idea that someone said. Nintendo Land is going to be a real thing. There better be Pokemon, though I understand there's more business stuff involved with making that a reality. I'm excited, even though I'm probably going to be in my late 30s by the time these get built.
And you're only 15 now, so imagine how old Zach is.
I'm turning 15.
I'm really excited about this, and to me, this is again another example of Nintendo really branching out and trying to let people experience their IPs outside of just normal like Nintendo gaming. I mean,
Scott, this is Nintendo branching out and trying to find other sources of revenue.
Well, yeah, and that's exactly the whole point, to build this like interconnected world where you can experience Nintendo in a multitude of like platforms and places. I mean, we had the Sony leak with the Mario movie, you know, at least in talks, but not to fruition. And even though they debunked it, we had a pretty hardcore rumor about Nintendo publishing a Zelda series for Netflix.
That sounded like it was a dud, though. Like that probably.
We'll see, but where there's smoke, there's fire. It might not happen, but I feel like talks happened. And now we've got Nintendo admitting and revealing that they're partnering with Universal to create like Mario attractions and Nintendo attractions at theme parks. Like this is now like 3 examples of
Nintendo Land.
Exactly. Like Nintendo branching out into other avenues to grow their brand.
You also got DNA. You also got DNA in their mobile stuff, which has the Mario Kart producer on it. We just found out.
Right.
And
they're
then
going
also
out.
Yeah, and then you have all these third-party like crossovers they're doing every year. Mm-hmm. Nintendo's getting so ballsy as a company, and I love it. I just hope all this pays off for them. They're trying so hard, and like imagine if all this fails and they just go back to making a Mario game every year again.
See, I don't think it will fail, and I think that this is going to be kind of like the Wii U's legacy. Is it was kind of bad, but it pushed Nintendo in like new bold directions that ended up benefiting everyone. It's kind of the opposite of what happened with Sega and the Dreamcast. Like the Dreamcast flamed out and Sega just imploded. To me, this looks like Nintendo really using this as an opportunity to like grow and reevaluate their business. But let's talk about what kind of rides we want to see. I could see, like we said, Rainbow Road. I could see Mario Kart go-karts at Universal.
Mm-hmm. Yes!
You don't actually throw items, but maybe like you drive over something and there's maybe a little screen on the steering wheel, and now you've got like a green shell, and you press a little button, and like digitally it's hitting a cart in front of you, and all of a sudden their engine stalls for a few seconds, and then you pass them.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. It won't happen because people will ram each other and kids will get killed. But, you know, it's fun to think.
I hope they do something with Animal Crossing, because, like, the setting of Animal Crossing and, like, the serene attitude it carries and, like, the music, it seems like some sort of Animal Crossing attraction would be a
They could do, like, you know how Disneyland has that...
it's a small world.
Colonial village that you can wander around in. It'd be cool to have something like that with Animal Crossing.
I know the villagers and Tom Nook. Yeah.
I think it's a small world, but with Animal Crossing characters. You're just on this little boat, and it's very slow-moving and peaceful. It lets you cool off when it's 100 degrees outside.
And you hear the Kappa song for an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what? The title theme song from like Animal Crossing GameCube that they've established as like the main theme of Animal Crossing now, like the do 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 do. That would be an amazing song to listen to, like on a nice quiet boat ride while looking at all your friends from all my friends from Animal Crossing.
All your best friends. Yeah, totally. Something like a Mario roller coaster would be cool, going through Mushroom Kingdom and then like going underground and all that kind of stuff, going through the water world. I mean, everything just like Mario 1 with that music, that iconic music would be awesome.
The Triforce of Coaster. Is that what we're going towards? I think a Zelda coaster is like, when they do a roller coaster, it's got to be Zelda and Smash Bros. Like those are the two.
For Zelda, they'll do like the teacup ride, but it'll be the spinner from what was it? Yes. Was that Twilight Princess or was that Skyward?
That was Twilight Princess.
Okay, yeah, it'll be that. Yeah. You'll just spin around on that.
They could do a 4D sci-fi theater thing with Metroid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like they do a Star Wars and some other thing, the Michael Jackson one.
They could do Haunted Mansion as Luigi's Mansion.
Yes!
Mm-hmm.
I like how we're stealing ideas from Disney, but this is
we're just repurposing Disney rides with Mario.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever, it works.
You know what though? Universal Studios, or the theme park, at least the one in Florida, is literally like Disney World, but better in a lot of ways to me. Like the rides at Universal are better than the ones at Disney World, I think. Though granted, Disney World is like a more like magical experience, but like Universal, like their roller coasters are better, their rides are better, they have better food there. Like I think Nintendo, like Universal has experience partnering with third parties and building stuff for them, when Disney is probably only interested in like total corporate conquest. So I'm thinking that like Nintendo's doing the right thing by at least dipping their toe in with Universal.
Yeah.
Very least. So there you have it.
There you have it.
Nintendo at Universal, and then they're also doing the Q&A tonight. I don't know if it's happening yet. I don't think it is. Where like they ask people a lot of questions, like they ask them like what's happening to the sleep machine, and then what's happening to all this other stuff, and then what's it called again? It's like the health initiative. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The third pillar.
Yeah.
It's so embarrassing that we don't know.
I don't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
Because they haven't talked about it in like 6 months.
No, they haven't talked about it at all.
The quality of life stuff?
Quality of life.
Quality of life. Well, there you go. Like, they're going to ask questions about that. They're going to ask questions about when games are coming out. They usually have like 2 or 3 smallish announcements to like slip in that are also super interesting. So hopefully that'll be great tonight. Mm-hmm.
I have an announcement. This just came from Chris Kohler. I think he's getting it from something that Nintendo's doing right now. Nintendo has sold 10 million Amiibo.
Holy shit!
That's wonderful.
Oh my god!
There's your profits.
Yeah. I wonder what I wonder what their profit margin on those things is. It's got to be
$113 million.
Yeah.
$113 million.
So there you go. Thought I dropped that in there. Just saw that.
You know what? Let's end it on a happy note. That's our show for this week. Thank you for watching Nintendo News Report. Normally you can watch this show 10 p.m. Thursday nights. Watch it next week. We'll have something good. We'll be probably talking about the Q&A that will be going on right after this show. It'll be great. Thank you to Scott and Zach for joining me. You can find Zach on Twitter at ZMiller1902. That is correct, right?
Yeah.
It's 1902. Okay, excellent. And then Scott's on Twitter at OKSoda, OK in the word soda. I'm on Twitter at CULAFIA, my last name, and then the first letter of my first name. That's all. That's a podcast. Bye-bye.